Hello, everyone, you are welcome to our wonderful channel. Now we will be sharing an intriguing and thought-provoking topic: science of being a transgender. Transgender people are individuals whose gender identity differs from the sex they were assigned at birth. The concept of being transgender involves a complex interplay of biological, psychological, and social factors. Below a detailed exploration of what it means to be transgender, the science behind it, characteristics, types, transition processes, and the societal reception of transgender people, along with a comprehensive list of pros and cons associated with being transgender. What is transgender? Definition. 1. Transgender refers to individuals whose gender identity does not align with their assigned sex at birth. 1. This can include a range of identities such as trans men, assigned female at birth but identify as male, trans women, assigned male at birth but identify as female, non-binary, genderqueer, and more. Distinction from other terms. 1. Cisgender refers to individuals whose gender identity matches their assigned sex at birth. 2. Gender dysphoria, a condition where there is a conflict between a person's physical or assigned gender and the gender with which they identify, often leading to distress. Please subscribe to our channel and share the video, if you have not. The science of being transgender. Biological factors. Brain structure and function. Studies have shown that certain brain structures in transgender individuals may more closely resemble those of the gender they identify with rather than their assigned gender at birth. For example, parts of the brain related to body perception, such as the insular and somatosensory cortex, may exhibit differences. Genetics. Some research suggests that genetics may play a role in gender identity. Variations in specific genes might influence the development of transgender identities, though this area is still under study. Hormonal influences. Prenatal exposure to hormones, such as testosterone and estrogen, might influence gender identity. Hormonal imbalances or variations during critical periods of fetal development could play a role in shaping gender identity. Chromosomal variations. Conditions like androgen insensitivity syndrome, ASH, and congenital adrenal hyperplasia, CAH, provide insights into how hormonal differences affect gender identity and sexual development. Psychological factors. Identity development. The development of a transgender identity is a complex process influenced by personal introspection and societal interactions. Many transgender individuals report a consistent gender identity that differs from their assigned sex from an early age. Gender dysphoria. Psychological distress stemming from a disconnect between one's experienced gender and assigned gender can lead to significant mental health challenges if not addressed. Treatment often involves gender-affirming care, including counseling and sometimes medical intervention. Social factors. Cultural influences. Societal norms and cultural beliefs about gender can significantly impact transgender individuals' experiences. In some cultures, there is historical recognition and acceptance of transgender identities, such as the Hijra in South Asia or Two-Spirit people among indigenous tribes in North America. Social support. Acceptance and support from family, friends, and community play crucial roles in the well-being of transgender individuals. A supportive environment can significantly reduce mental health issues and improve quality of life. Characteristics of a transgender person. Transgender individuals may experience a wide range of characteristics related to their gender identity. These can include gender identity, a strong internal sense of being a different gender than the one assigned at birth. Gender expression, the way a person presents their gender to the world, which may include clothing, hairstyle, voice, and behavior. This expression can vary widely among individuals. Social transitioning involves changing one's name, pronouns, and appearance to align with their gender identity. It often involves coming out to family, friends, and colleagues. Medical transitioning. Some transgender people choose to undergo hormone therapy and/or surgeries to better align their physical appearance with their gender identity. This is a personal decision and varies widely among individuals. Legal transitioning involves changing legal documents such as birth certificates, driver's licenses, and passports to reflect one's true gender identity. The ease of this process varies by location and legal jurisdiction. Types of transgender identities. There are various types of transgender identities, reflecting the diversity within the community. Transgender man, trans man, a person assigned female at birth but who identifies and lives as a man. Transgender woman, trans woman, a person assigned male at birth but who identifies and lives as a woman. Non-binary, individuals who do not exclusively identify as male or female. Non-binary people may identify as both, neither, or a different gender altogether. Genderqueer. Similar to non-binary, genderqueer individuals reject traditional gender distinctions and may identify with multiple genders or none. Genderfluid. Individuals whose gender identity may change over time or depending on the situation. Agender. People who identify as having no gender or being gender neutral. Bigender. Those who identify as two genders, either simultaneously or switching between them. Demiboy, demigirl. Individuals who identify partially with one gender but do not fully identify as male or female. Two-spirit. A term used by some indigenous cultures in North America to describe a person embodying both masculine and feminine spirits. How does one become a transgender? The concept of becoming transgender is complex and is not about choosing to be transgender. Rather, it is about recognizing and embracing one's gender identity. Here are some ways individuals may come to understand their transgender identity. Personal realization. Self-reflection. Many transgender people report feeling different about their gender from a young age. Over time, self-reflection and exploration help them understand their true gender identity. Social interaction. Interactions with others and exposure to diverse gender identities can help individuals recognize their transgender identity. Transition process. Coming out. A significant step involves coming out to oneself and others as transgender. This process is deeply personal and can vary greatly among individuals. Social transition includes changing one's name, pronouns, and appearance to align with their gender identity. Medical transition. Some choose hormone therapy and surgeries to achieve physical characteristics aligned with their gender identity. This can include hormone replacement therapy, HRT, for trans women. This may include estrogen and anti-androgens, and for trans men, testosterone. Surgical interventions may include top surgery, chest reconstruction, bottom surgery, genital reconstruction, facial feminization or masculinization, etc. Legal transition. Changing legal documents to reflect one's gender identity is crucial for many transgender individuals. Does transgender people feel welcome in the community? The experience of feeling welcome or unwelcome varies widely among transgender individuals and communities. Some factors influencing this include societal acceptance. In many places, societal acceptance of transgender people is growing, but discrimination and prejudice still exist. The level of acceptance can greatly affect how welcomed transgender individuals feel. Supportive networks. Having access to supportive networks, including family, friends, and LGBTQ+ organizations, can significantly enhance a transgender person's sense of belonging. Legal protections. Regions with strong legal protections for transgender individuals tend to offer a more welcoming environment. This includes anti-discrimination laws and healthcare access. Cultural attitudes. Cultural attitudes towards gender and sexuality greatly influence how transgender people are perceived and treated. Media representation. Positive representation in media can help foster a more welcoming environment by educating the public and reducing stereotypes. Please subscribe to our channel and share the video, if you have not. Pros of being transgender. Self-discovery. Understanding and embracing one's true identity. Authentic living. Living a life true to oneself and one's gender identity. Increased self-awareness. Greater understanding of personal needs and desires. Stronger community bonds. building connections within the LGBTQ+ community. Role model potential, inspiring others to embrace their true selves. Empowerment, taking control of one's identity and narrative. Breaking stereotypes, challenging traditional gender norms. Courage development, developing resilience through overcoming adversity. Advocacy opportunities, opportunities to advocate for transgender rights. Unique perspective, offering diverse perspectives on gender and identity. Personal growth, encouragement of significant personal development. Social awareness, increased awareness of social justice issues. Empathy, developing empathy through personal experiences of discrimination. Support networks, access to supportive and understanding communities. Freedom of expression, the freedom to express oneself fully. Inspiring change, contributing to societal change and acceptance. Building resilience, developing resilience through personal challenges. Creating art, using experiences to create meaningful art and expression. Educational impact, educating others about transgender issues and rights. Pioneering spirit, being part of a pioneering movement for equality. Health awareness, greater awareness of physical and mental health needs. Legal progress, contributing to legal advancements for transgender rights. Strength in identity, finding strength in embracing one's identity. Self-respect, developing self-respect through authentic living. Public speaking, opportunities to speak publicly and educate others. Cultural contributions, adding to cultural diversity and understanding. Mental health benefits, improved mental health through living authentically. Community support, strong support from LGBTQ+ and ally communities. Breaking barriers, challenging societal barriers and discrimination. Increased confidence, building confidence through self-acceptance. Innovative thinking, encouraging innovative thinking about gender. Role in history, being part of a historical movement for change. Self-acceptance, achieving self-acceptance and personal peace. Advocacy skills, developing skills in advocacy and activism. Compassionate perspective, gaining compassion for others' struggles. Legal recognition, advances in legal recognition of transgender rights. Visibility, increased visibility in media and society. Family acceptance, gaining acceptance and support from family. Friendship opportunities, building friendships within supportive communities. Healthcare access, improved access to transgender-specific healthcare. Supportive legislation, supportive laws protecting transgender rights. Role in social change, contributing to broader social change. Educational initiatives, involvement in educational initiatives and awareness. Cultural diversity, adding to cultural diversity and richness. Intersectional awareness, awareness of intersectional issues within the community. Networking opportunities, opportunities to network with other activists. Media representation, positive representation in media and entertainment. Personal empowerment, empowering oneself through self-acceptance. Community leadership, opportunities for leadership within the community. Global advocacy, participating in global advocacy efforts. Artistic expression, using personal experiences for artistic expression. Legal precedents, setting legal precedents for transgender rights. Empathy building, building empathy through personal experiences. Economic opportunities, increasing economic opportunities for transgender individuals. Cultural understanding, promoting cultural understanding and acceptance. Positive role models, acting as positive role models for others. Social impact, making a significant social impact through activism. Healthcare advancements, contributing to healthcare advancements for transgender individuals. Public awareness, raising public awareness about transgender issues. Family support, gaining support and understanding from family members. Youth empowerment, empowering transgender youth to live authentically. Educational opportunities, increased opportunities for education and awareness. Artistic contributions, contributing to art and culture through personal experiences. Political engagement, engagement in political efforts for equality. Community building, building strong communities and support networks. Resilience building, building resilience through personal challenges. Mental health awareness, raising awareness of mental health issues within the community. Cultural conversations, encouraging cultural conversations about gender. Positive change, contributing to positive societal change. Activism opportunities, opportunities for activism and advocacy. Community recognition, recognition for contributions to the community. Artistic innovation, innovation in art and culture through diverse experiences. Educational impact, impacting education and awareness on a global scale. Cultural representation, representing transgender individuals in cultural discussions. Economic empowerment, empowering transgender individuals economically. Public recognition, gaining public recognition for achievements. Legal protections, advancements in legal protections for transgender individuals. Social justice advocacy, advocacy for social justice and equality. Family inclusion, inclusion and acceptance within family units. Friendship bonds, building strong friendships and support networks. Healthcare improvements, improvements in healthcare for transgender individuals. Policy influence, influencing policy and legislation for equality. Artistic exploration, exploring new artistic avenues through personal experiences. Global conversations, participating in global conversations about gender. Educational contributions, contributing to educational initiatives and discussions. Social progress, contributing to social progress and change. Community connections, building connections within the LGBTQ+ community. Legal achievements, achieving legal recognition and protection. Cultural acceptance, promoting cultural acceptance and understanding. Role in education, educating others about transgender issues and rights. Public speaking skills, developing public speaking skills through advocacy. Social awareness, raising awareness of social justice and equality issues. Positive impact, making a positive impact on society and culture. Artistic expression, expressing personal experiences through art. Leadership opportunities, opportunities for leadership within the community. Cultural conversations, encouraging conversations about gender and identity. Public engagement, engaging with the public on transgender issues. Economic contributions, contributing to economic growth and opportunities. Educational outreach, participating in educational outreach and awareness. Global advocacy, advocating for transgender rights on a global scale. Please subscribe to our channel and share the video, if you have not. Cons of being transgender. Discrimination, facing discrimination in various areas of life, including employment and healthcare. Transphobia, encountering transphobia from individuals and institutions. Violence, higher risk of violence and hate crimes against transgender individuals. Mental health challenges, higher rates of mental health issues due to societal pressures and discrimination. Legal barriers, difficulty navigating legal systems for name and gender changes. Healthcare access, limited access to transgender-specific healthcare and resources. Family rejection, risk of rejection and lack of support from family members. Employment discrimination, facing discrimination in the workplace. Social stigmatization, being stigmatized and misunderstood by society. Economic inequality, economic disparities due to discrimination and unemployment. Housing discrimination, facing discrimination in housing and accommodation. Relationship challenges, difficulties in forming and maintaining relationships. Bullying, higher rates of bullying and harassment in schools and workplaces. Public harassment, experiencing public harassment and discrimination. Legal discrimination, discrimination in legal systems and institutions. Healthcare discrimination, facing discrimination in healthcare settings. Social isolation, experiencing social isolation and exclusion. limited legal protections, inadequate legal protections for transgender rights. Workplace harassment, higher rates of harassment and discrimination at work. Education discrimination, facing discrimination in educational settings. Public misunderstanding, misunderstanding and misinformation about transgender identities. Social exclusion, being excluded from social groups and communities. Cultural stigma and stereotypes about transgender individuals. Family pressure, pressure from family to conform to traditional gender roles. Identity challenges, challenges in forming and maintaining a strong identity. Healthcare costs, high costs of transgender-specific healthcare and treatments. Legal challenges in achieving gender recognition. Public scrutiny, being subjected to public scrutiny and judgment. Social rejection, risk of rejection and exclusion from social circles. Cultural resistance to accepting transgender identities. Online harassment, experiencing online harassment and cyberbullying. Limited support networks, lack of access to supportive networks and resources. Economic disparities and challenges in financial stability. Healthcare delays in accessing necessary healthcare and treatments. Legal disparities in rights and protections. Public perception, negative public perceptions and stereotypes. Social barriers to accessing social services and support. Cultural misunderstanding and misinformation. Legal inequality and lack of recognition in some regions. Media representation, negative or inaccurate representation in media. Family conflict with family members over gender identity. Public backlash, facing public backlash and opposition. Workplace challenges in finding and maintaining employment. Education barriers to accessing education and opportunities. Social stigma and discrimination from peers and society. Legal obstacles in achieving legal recognition and rights. Healthcare inequality in accessing healthcare services. Public harassment, experiencing harassment and discrimination in public spaces. Social exclusion from social and community activities. Cultural bias and discrimination. Family tensions and conflicts within family units. Economic challenges and financial instability. Legal hurdles and barriers to recognition. Public misconceptions and stereotypes about transgender individuals. Social resistance to acceptance and inclusion. Healthcare disparities in healthcare access and quality. Public discrimination in public spaces and services. Social isolation from social and community activities. Cultural prejudice and discrimination from cultural norms. Family estrangement from family members. Workplace exclusion and discrimination in the workplace. Education inequality in educational opportunities and access. Social bias and discrimination from peers and society. Legal challenges in achieving legal recognition and rights. Healthcare barriers to accessing necessary healthcare. Public stigma and discrimination in public spaces. Social rejection and exclusion from social groups. Cultural misrepresentation and stereotypes in culture. Family pressure to conform to traditional gender roles. Economic disparities and financial challenges. Legal discrimination in legal systems and institutions. Public misunderstanding and misinformation about transgender identities. Social exclusion from social and community activities. Cultural bias and discrimination from cultural norms. Family conflict with family members over gender identity. Workplace harassment harassment and discrimination in the workplace. Education barriers, barriers to accessing education and opportunities. Social stigma, stigma and discrimination from peers and society. Legal hurdles, hurdles in achieving legal recognition and rights. Healthcare disparities, disparities in healthcare access and quality. Public harassment, harassment and discrimination in public spaces. Social isolation, isolation from social and community activities. Cultural prejudice, prejudice and discrimination from cultural norms. Family estrangement, estrangement from family members. Workplace challenges, challenges in finding and maintaining employment. Education inequality, inequality in educational opportunities and access. Social bias, bias and discrimination from peers and society. Legal challenges, challenges in achieving legal recognition and rights. Healthcare barriers, barriers to accessing necessary healthcare. Public stigma, stigma and discrimination in public spaces. Social rejection, rejection and exclusion from social groups. Cultural misrepresentation, misrepresentation and stereotypes in culture. Family pressure, pressure to conform to traditional gender roles. Economic disparities, economic disparities and financial challenges. Legal discrimination, discrimination in legal systems and institutions. Public misunderstanding, misunderstanding and misinformation about transgender identities. Social exclusion, exclusion from social and community activities. Cultural bias, bias and discrimination from cultural norms. Family conflict, conflict with family members over gender identity. Workplace harassment, harassment and discrimination in the workplace. Please subscribe to our channel and share the video, if you have not. Transitioning is a deeply personal and multifaceted process that varies greatly among individuals. It involves a journey of self-discovery, acceptance, and empowerment. For many transgender individuals, transitioning leads to improved mental health, increased self-esteem, and a greater sense of authenticity. However, challenges such as discrimination, social stigma, and legal barriers persist. The journey of transitioning highlights the importance of societal acceptance, legal protections, and access to healthcare. It underscores the need for continued advocacy and education to create a more inclusive and supportive world for transgender individuals. Embracing diversity and promoting understanding are essential steps towards a future where everyone, regardless of gender identity, can live authentically and without fear of discrimination or prejudice. If you enjoyed watching, please subscribe to our channel and share the video, if you have not. Subscription is free and does not cost money. Have you subscribed now? Okay, I will wait for you to subscribe now. Thank you. Do not forget to like the video, share the video, comment down below, watch recommended or suggested videos on your screen, click or tap notification bell, so that you would be notified each time we upload new videos. Please subscribe to our channel and share the video, if you have not. We say a big thank you for watching and see you in our next video.